everybody. Good evening, and welcome to the
The Black
Black
Multiverse
Multiverse
Theory
Theory
Podcast.
Podcast. We are your hosts, Nigel and Nilo, and today we'll be exploring current events through an Afro Canadian lens. In shout outs, we're going to catch up with the community, creating a space for connection. In the scroll, we dive deep into social media, current events, and celebrity news, always actual but not always factual. On the screen, we share our latest watch list, while in our ears explores the sound shaping our world. The podcast culminates with an uplifting message called The Word, which hopes to leave you, the listener, empowered. Thank you for tuning in for our insightful analysis and vibrant perspectives on the Black experience in today's world.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okie dokie smoky.
All
Let's get into
right.
it.
Yeah, let's get into it. It's shout outs time, and I want to say shout out to quite a few people. First of all, Steel Heights Tigers for a valiant effort this week in their soccer games. Our U17 tied their game from 6-6. Our U12 team lost their game, but we have a lot to work on as there was a lot of pushing being encouraged by the other team. So a lot of our children were a little bit frustrated.
Not
And
pushing.
yeah, well, it's part of the game. They
Ref.
called it shoulder to shoulder. So as you're going for the ball, there's a shoulder to shoulder scrimmage time that you're allotted to kind of be a little bit more aggressive with the ball. And we have not been teaching the children this because at this age, it's not a thing. However, the other coach
It's
felt,
not a thing.
yeah, at this age, we don't encourage pushing or grabbing shirts or tripping people. We don't encourage pushing them on the ground. None of that stuff is encouraged when you're going for it. When you get older, it's part of the game, so it's like get over it. But there are you 13, so they're under 13, so we're not normally we don't start, but the other coach decided he wanted to start at that point. And we got a few bigger kids on our team, so a couple yellow cards will set them straight. I think it'll be all right if we get a couple yellow cards for pushing some kids, or even him. Who knows? So we'll see what happens. But
Oh
my
my
girls
gosh,
got
no, it's
pushed. My girls got pushed. I
premeditation.
don't like that. I don't like when my girls get roughed up
That's fair.
on purpose.
That's
And yeah, they had sent a little boy to do that. So when the girls came out in top speed, they don't have control when you push them in mid sprint. So
Let me tell
they spend a
you,
lot of time in the grass on the ground.
this league is drama. It's got the back end scenes of a professional league. It's got the on the field, the pushing, the physicality of let's say a Manchester United. That's
Yeah.
why it's my favorite league.
Yeah, it's really top. Like it's a top tier group of kids. I think they just decided this year that they didn't want to send or this week that they're not sending our children to provincials this year
Yes.
for outdoor now. So they didn't send them for indoor. Now they've decided this week not to send them for outdoor. So unfortunately, they'll just be playing against each other for this particular time, and then I guess we'll delve into the provincials next year, which is quite weird, but it's okay. We got it.
Those people have been doing weird stuff for a long time. So
I'm not sure why they made that choice, but I'll read the email further. Maybe they detailed it.
you can let the rest of us know.
Also, shout out to Cheryl Allen as she had a wonderful concert at People's Church. A lot of people got to show up to support. It was fantastic.
Congratulations.
I had the privilege of emceeing that particular event, and it was great. She had free food, so people came in, and for the low price of $20, you got a entire show, a panel discussion, and free food.
Wow.
So it was really good.
Mm-hmm.
And they even had a door prize which people are like,
Nice.
"Are we having door prizes?" And they were like, "No." And then this lady was like, "Yes, we do." And then they had a hoodie, and somebody won the door prize, so it was pretty cool. And last but not least, shout out to um, Khalees Williams.
Yeah, shout out to her.
She Trinidad born Edmontonian now, and is the CEO and founder of UpRow 2.0.
Mm.
And I got to MC their launch this week, which is really cool for immigrants and people who are just starting out. You got a very good move on that. So there you have it.
All right, congratulations to her. I want to start out
Mm-hmm.
by my shout out to the one and only, my co hostess with the mostest, Nigel Williams, because it was his birthday on May 23rd. So, happiest of birthdays to you. Let
Yay.
me give you a little boo 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 boo. Yeah, happiest of birthdays to you. I hope you felt loved and appreciated on that day and every day.
Yep.
Okay. I'm also gonna give a big shout out to um I guess the usual suspects. Uncle Mario. We're gonna give a big shout out to Bill. And we're going to be talking about that a little bit later in the show. We've got some events coming up we're going to be chatting about. And a big shout out to Ina and a congratulations to her. Her parents have landed. I don't know if they landed or if they're still on the way because travel from the continent is like days and days and days. But in any case, her parents are coming from South Africa and she's very excited. So, congratulations to them, a welcome to them. Welcome to the
All right.
land.
Good day. Yeah. Good day.
Good day.
Good day.
Good day, mate. I think is the exact proper term. And a big shout out to Mama Zita, who is on line now.
Okay. So for those of you who are just joining us, we are live on my profile, and you are live also on Nilo's profile, but we're also live on the Black Multiverse Theory page. If you are commenting on my profile or Nilo's profile, we can't see you today because none of us have our phones
Sorry,
available, but we can
guys.
see you if you log in. So, like Mama Zita is on the Black Multiverse Theory page. It's a page, right? Yeah.
That's a page.
So just go on to the Black Multiverse Theory page if you're hearing this. Log on to there, and we'll be able to see your comments and comment back.
Just keep commenting until we see it on different pages.
No.
Okay, let's move it along. This portion of the show is a portion that we call the scroll. And in the scroll, we talk about things, current events, and really things that are on our social media scroll. And we'd like to say it is actual, but it is not always factual. We have the things, we may not have the details of the things, but we do have the things. This week, we have Oilers, Game 4, Western Conference Finals. They trail the Dallas Stars 2-1.
Yeah, it's been a nail biter of a series. We won one, and we thought we had it in the bag, but then we lost. The last one was a terrible loss.
I remember the Dallas Stars used to be really good, and I guess it looks like they're good again now. Or I wonder if they've just been good the whole time.
Oh, I don't know. But with the leadership of McDavid, which is one of the longest standing leaders in Oilers history,
Really?
apparently.
My sister Marilyn, not the Marilyn you're thinking of, says good night all the way from Barbados.
Okay. You're really delayed on those sound effects. Like Okay.
It's part of the charm of what we do here. Okay, so yeah, congratulations to the Oilers. You guys know how I feel about teams with the colors blue and orange, but in any case, they're already in the Western Conference Finals. Good luck to them, or whatever you say in hockey speak. Break a skate.
Nope, just win. None of
Go out there and win. Okay, the city council here in Edmonton is voting on this 15-minute city nonsense that I hate, that I told you I hate.
Yeah,
Let's
so
talk about
apparently
it.
they're trying to do 15 minutes, trying to make Edmonton and the greater Edmonton area into a 15-minute city, which means that you can walk anywhere and get all that you need within 15 minutes of where you live, which allows you to have grocery store or um, local
I thought it was a
bar,
15-minute
or
drive. Is it a 15-minute walk?
it's a walk.
Oh, okay. Mhm.
Yeah. So the walk, you'd be able to get to whatever you need within 15 minutes of
Of
walking.
walking.
Yeah. We already have a 15-minute city in most places.
So, 0 out of 10 would not recommend. I do understand that it is great to have like good walking scores and all of that, but as a small business, let me tell you, if you're listening to my voice from Southwest Edmonton already is in this 15-minute city plan. But the irony of it is that many of the people who work the amenities in this 15-minute cities, which we've spoken about before, can't necessarily afford to live in the 15-minute city. So many people in Southwest Edmonton, for example, transit into Southwest Edmonton to work at the things in Southwest Edmonton and then transit out of it, right?
Okay.
Additionally, small businesses are usually going to be maybe one in the city, maybe two in the city. So it's likely that you're going to have to go out of your 15 minutes for those businesses. But what happens when they're building these 15-minute cities is they're building it with these large conglomerates. So every section of the city, when you're talking about, oh, you can walk and get to a grocery store, the grocery store you're going to be able to get to is a superstore. The store that you're going to be able to get to is a Walmart. The clothing store you're going to be able to get to is a Winners. Like, it's what we're seeing, and we're already seeing it across the city, is like these same big conglomerates, Winners, Home Sense, Marshalls, in every 15 minutes, and like you're a 15-minute walk from a Winners in Edmonton at all times almost. You know what I mean?
Um. Yep. I get that point. The point of having a 15-minute city is for people like my mom, who are like seniors, who can't get around and have trouble getting rides to places, that they don't have access to the resources like the pharmacies that are near, or even just groceries that are there. Now, getting to places where they need to get certain services done, like maybe their hair or whatever they need to get done, a lot of people they'll just go to where they're comfortable and what they know. They're not going to go over to Supercuts to get a haircut when you're used to going to Carl's or King's Barbershop. You're going to go back to your spot. You're going to go to your regular spot. Those 15-minute cities are designed for children, for kids, people, families, young families, for them to take walks, stop driving, stop stop the carbon footprint. Like, let's save the environment a little bit. Let's not drive these electric cars. Let's not use up the coal to charge up electric cars and spend a mint on them. Let's just walk as a family and go to the rec center. That's that's the main purpose of it. But I understand what you're saying. Like, it does affect um, people who have small businesses, who have the West Indian grocery store that is all the way down on 118 or all the way down by Jasper Ave. If you could find it in the Walmart, in the international food section of Walmart, you're gonna ditch that small business to go to Walmart. And so it it's good and bad. It has both ugly and interesting attributes, but
Alrighty
let's see how
then.
the city works it through.
So, before the Major League Baseball, before the MLB, there was a league called the Negro League,
Negro League.
and then Major League Baseball came around. I never knew this, but the Negro League baseball stats were never integrated into Major League Baseball.
Yeah. Neither the Negro Hockey League either.
I didn't know that about either of those leagues.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so with this new integration coming in, a young man named Josh Gibson rises to the top and becomes one of the top leaders in most of the baseball statistics. They said, quote unquote, just about everything.
Yeah, I mean they wouldn't let black people play many sports, and if you wanted to play a sport, they wouldn't rent you the facility to play the sport. So like this, if the city is renting the baseball field for the baseball game, they would be like, "No, bueno, you're not going. Like this is not for you. Go and find your own place." And there was no place for us to actually do our thing. Even the hockey leagues that they had here in Alberta and around the areas, many places would not allow your black people to get skates, buy skates, or even go on the ice outside, outdoors, in the field. They would lock up the doors, they would surround them, they would tell them not to do that. And we were good at almost every. No, we were good at every single thing, not almost, at every single sport. So even basketball, we pretty much created here in Canada and we dominated in real life. So it is what it is.
um, I have to say that's why I like the Oilers growing up, especially because the Oilers always had uh
A black player in it.
they always had black players. Yeah.
Yeah, they did. Grant Fuhrer.
Courtney's watching the game. He's checking in, so he's gonna keep us updated.
Oh, Courtney's here.
Hey, Courtney.
You know, it's funny when
Yeah,
that day comes. We're
Mike
going to
Greer.
celebrate with day ones.
Yeah,
Like Courtney.
yeah. Okay. Here's my question, Courtney. Now that you're on,
Good. Yeah.
Marilyn, Mazita, and the other two people who will remain unnamed. If you could choose one of these two powers, which one would you choose? The first one is the ability to speak any language and talk to anybody on the planet. The second one would be to talk to animals.
That is the question of the night. Would
That's
you
the
rather
question.
be able to talk to anybody on the planet in any language? So let's say, when the universal translator is about to come, because they're going to make it, they've already started.
Mm-hmm.
And you're sitting there watching the universal translator and to talk to anybody. Would you rather talk to anybody or
People.
would you rather talk to animals? And my thought process is animals. I'd rather be able to talk to animals because I just saw the headphone set that they created and just launched the platform where you put the headphones in, and while the person's talking to you in whatever language, it translates it in real time, like you're watching a video
So you're like,
to
we're
your
already
ears.
there.
We're pretty much there. And then when you speak, it broadcasts what you say. It translates it for you after you stop talking to the person that's talking.
But we
So
have no idea what animals are saying still.
we still don't. Like, I wonder if it turned to a dog and you start, it will automatically, the AI will be like, oh, your dog needs water or whatever.
Courtney said he would choose animals.
It's going to be
But
animals.
one might argue that those buttons
Yeah.
that they have where those dogs are pressing buttons and communicating to their owners,
Mm-hmm.
even though you can't speak to animals in that way, those animals are speaking to you, right?
I know, but when you say animals, We're talking about
That's true.
every
Iguanas, every
single
kind of
time.
animal.
Giraffe. If I want to go up to a giraffe and be like, "Yo, long neck, what's happening?" You know, I should be able to talk to a giraffe and figure that out.
Okay, okay, okay. Appreciate it, appreciate it. A lot of people are terrible people,
Yes.
and I would be really sad to know that some of the animals are terrible people too, I think.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure
You
like
don't know that there are animals that are terrible?
I no.
Not even Piper. Okay, let's just leave that on the table.
Piper.
Let it just listen to that.
No, I think I mean yes, I guess so, but effectively Piper is the way Piper is because Piper's mom is the way Piper's mom is. Ultimately.
Is
Some
what if
some
you found out that no, that's not it? Piper's mom is the way she is because Piper trained the mom to be like that.
right, Courtney, that's my whole point. My whole point is that there's insects out there, there's ants out there,
Yeah.
there's all these other animals, but I don't want to be
You want to talk to a
roaming.
wasp and be like, "Why are you randomly attacking me, wasp?"
No. I think I think I'll just stick to humans. I think the addition of talking to animals is overstimulating when I think about it. I don't want my dog to be able to like verbally express to me her dissatisfaction
Wow, you're afraid of rejection from your dog
and other
and
things.
other things.
Yeah. What if you're sitting on the beach and a spider, you see a spider, oh, a Nancy, oh, so beautiful. And the spider's like, F you, get the F out my effing beach. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to open myself up to
Squish
that.
the spider.
And I also feel like,
Squish. What'd you
unfortunately, my morals and what if I would or wouldn't squish a spider, that's exactly the point now. What
Oh,
if you're
now
on the
your morals will change once you start speaking
no,
to the
my
animals.
point is my morals don't change. So the spider's there cussing me out. I'm not gonna squish him just because he's cussing me out. Before, when he couldn't cuss me out, I wasn't gonna squish him then either.
I was.
Right. So why would you want to talk to animals again?
Get out of the way. Like I want to be able to communicate. I'm the
Before you
alpha.
squish them.
I'm the alpha.
Got it. Well, then there's that.
There's that. What's Mama Zeta saying?
Mamacita said she had a great seniors meeting this
Oh
evening
wow.
and it was well conducted.
I'm glad you volunteered that unsolicited information.
Mm-hmm,
Thank you.
mm-hmm. Okay, let's talk about these upcoming events we have. Today's a breezy, easy breezy, beautiful one.
Okay.
Upcoming events.
Upcoming events. First things first, the Black Family um,
Wealth conference.
Wealth Conference.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it
With
was
Tough
business
House Records.
conference, but okay.
I think it might be wealth in business.
Okay.
But wealth is definitely in the words.
That is going to be there. I will be there as a representative of Melanistic
Is
Magazine.
that in Duggan?
That is Duggan Hall.
Okay, so that's the Duggan Hall, Duggan Community Hall.
Teach me how to
Check
Duggan.
out
How to Duggan.
Tough House. He's been doing this. Havana, if you guys don't know him, he's been doing this for many, many years. And there's always a wealth of information. Havana, if you don't know, knows a lot of people. So typically, he brings all of those people together for this conference. So much like Nigel's part of the conference, there's a lot of people who you may not even know exist in the city that that he brings to the surface and to the forefront. So definitely check that out
Yeah.
for sure.
It's going to be a really great conference, and it's this weekend from 1 to 6 p.m. at the Duggan Hall. So it's going to be amazing.
Yes. We also have the Fade to Black fashion show coming up.
Yeah, it's on June the 8th, Fade to Black.
So that is Cheryl's fashion show, and this is going to be a showcase for Carrie West showcase. So her band Trini Fetas, she's going to be showing all of the different costumes and outfits, and
Hmm.
she'll have models there walking down the stage.
I'm also emceeing that as well.
Also emceed by Nigel. We also have the Afro Music Fest.
Afro Music Fest is coming up. Yes,
I
it's gonna be
believe
fantastic.
Nigel will be dealing with the gospel section at the
I am
Afro
emceeing the gospel section of the Afro
of
Music
the
Fest.
Afro
That's
Musical
on
Festival as well.
July the
That's on
4th,
June the
Ju-
14th.
June the 14th.
Correct.
Of-
And then the following week that
Is the pow?
is the powwow. This is
Yeah,
um Indigenous Peoples Day, which is on the 21st of June.
nice.
Tell Us World of Science will be hosting this powwow, and it will be emceed by yours truly and
Nilo is
yours
emceeing
truly.
this event. So those of you who are loving Nilo's jokes and her witty
My jokes.
repartee, she will be there, and I will also be co-hosting with her on this particular event. So it's going to be 100% awesome. If you want to
I'm
join,
working on the jokes already.
it should be it should be good. I never clown on people's jokes. I like to listen to the jokes, so I'm very anxious to hear you're funny.
I am funny. I'm going to talk about what we have in common. I'm going to talk about aunties and uncles.
Okay,
I'm going to talk about bannock and bake,
cousins.
fry bake. Yeah, cousins. We're cousins, essentially. I'm
Mm-mm.
going to talk about some things we say in the res and some things we say in the hood.
Okay, okay,
I'm talking about res dogs and hood dogs, essentially.
okay, okay.
Um,
Well, don't give it all. Don't give the
and
horse with the
more.
cart.
We'll see you June 21st at the Tell Us World of Science. The Smudge stage, it starts nice and early. I think it starts at about 9 a.m.
Nice.
And is that, will you have a day off work, you guys? I believe you might be off of work that day. I might believe it's one of those holidays. So
Come on
anyway,
out.
go check it out. Bring your kids.
It's not to tell us World of
World
Science.
of Science. Yes, bring out the children. A lot of people are curious about indigenous culture and have never really gotten into it. This is a good opportunity to do that and to learn, because this is these folks' land, this is their way of life, and it's a great opportunity for us to engage in that, because that's how we should be living.
That's it.
All right, and then we have the World Lock Festival,
World
Aphrodisiac
Lock
World Lock
Fest.
Festival, coming up on June 22nd.
I'll be emceeing that as well.
Nigel will also be emceeing that as well.
Yeah, it is going to be amazing though. Those of you who get kind of hung up on the words lock or dreadlocks, we want everybody to come out. And the original lock uh, is a bunch of hair. It's hair. And if
Mm-hmm.
you have,
Like Goldilocks.
yeah, if you have a bunch of hair, we want you to come.
Yeah.
No matter where the hair is on your body, it may not necessarily be on the top of your head. Wherever the hair grows, come
Wherever
on
it's
out. We got products for you. We got a lot to talk about. There's live music. There are DJs.
the
There's
vendors that we have so far are exciting vendors. We have teeth gems. You can get a tooth
wow,
gem. The tooth,
tooth gem.
yeah. We've got hats. That hat vendors that will be there. We have live art. We have some live art. What's going on with your face?
This is what I'm gonna look like when I get my teeth
I
gem
think I
in.
might get a tooth gem. It may happen.
Yo,
Anyway,
shorty.
the
That's what
will
I'm gonna be
bling
like.
ting. Anyway, yeah, so there's a lot of really interesting vendors signing up too. So it'll be a day of hanging out and just having a ball.
Also, there'll be lots of food. There'll be lots of children's games and
Events,
activities, face
activities.
painting, balloons. There even is going to be a brand new mini showcased out there. You can check it out and realize one of my mom's first car in England was a mini.
Oh wow, amazing.
Yeah, so she'll be able to go in
Strong
there,
brand.
jump in there. It's been a strong brand. It's been there for a while.
Mm-hmm.
BMW has it right now, I believe,
Mm-hmm.
and you're getting a nice, amazing look at it.
Nice.
Hmm.
Okay, you guys, before we go on, the last thing we want to tell you is that there is a millionaire or a billionaire, but he's an illionaire, and he's over there in Ohio, and
Mm.
he thinks that he needs to go back to the bottom of the ocean to the Titanic site.
Yep.
And when I say back, I mean go to the for the first time because he wants to prove to us, the people without the money to do that, that it has gotten safer.
Yeah. So he's
So
gonna
I
get
just
into
have to
his tin
say,
can,
right,
go down to the bottom of the ocean where the last few people died.
right. They didn't get that far. They sure did get to the bottom.
They got to the bottom. No,
No, I thought they were crushed well before the bottom.
but they got to the bottom.
I mean, they got to the
Dead
bottom.
or alive, they got there.
Yeah, okay, I'll give you that.
So he's gonna try and get there alive, everybody, and
Mm.
be like, "Yo, this is how you do it."
Anyway, I encourage all billionaires to take this trip if you have the means to.
Wow, that's crazy. That's okay, fair. Yeah, if you want to, before you do, though, before you take this trip, if you are a billionaire living in Edmonton, you want to take this trip too. We encourage you to donate to the World Lock Fest before you go, and to me as well. Just, you know, a cool
It's not a
meal.
bad idea. The World Lock Festival is free, but if you do want to donate to help us out to pay those bills, that would be cool too.
Just give us a little grant money,
Slide us a little change.
a little something.
Okay, let us move it along.
Let's move it.
This is the portion of the show that we call the
Screen.
screen. See how quick that was?
Mm-hmm.
So, what are you watching?
What am I watching? I've watched so many shows, and let's start with the first one, Fire Jumpers. That is with John Cena. John Cena is in a show called Fire Jumper, where he plays The Rock.
I don't like
he
how his
literally
hands and his wrists and his forearms are like the same
same
width all the way
all the
down.
way. He's got
Yeah, it just messes with me.
what's
It's
that
hard for me to even
character's
watch it.
name?
It's hard for me to even watch him because it's distracting for me. Just like Megan Fox's thumbs.
His name is a cartoon. Oh, I'm gonna remember. But the guy's arms and his hands and everything is all one size. That's John Cena.
Trust me, that is John Cena. So I oh sorry, go ahead. Yes, distracting for me. Go ahead.
Yeah. So I watched the fire jumper with
Okay.
him. It's
Okay.
about a guy who jumps into the fire to save people and get them out.
Right.
And normally this happens in a lake house or someplace in the forest where you have a cabin and there is a forest fire. So they'll jump in, save campers, get them out, jump out, blah, blah, blah. It's a high risk job.
Okay.
And he's playing this as a muscle bound, very hard nosed guy.
Right.
The other movie I'm watching also starred John Cena, which was him as a oh, I can't remember what the name of the movie is. He's a professional Navy SEAL that they brought back to protect this girl. He was a bodyguard,
Oh, okay.
and he was protecting this girl who was going to see a dictator. When he went to see the dictator got overthrown by his nephew, and then the dictator came. He's from South America. That one was a funny movie. But also, it was John Cena playing The Rock. It literally was. He just took all The Rock's roles. They're like, oh, The Rock's out. John Cena's in.
John Cena's in,
Only
buddy.
the only
Hello,
problem.
can we give? Oh no, Batista wants to do real acting. That's the problem.
Yeah, but well, Batista's in like 2 or 3 more movies coming out.
Yeah, but he likes real acting. He doesn't want to beat the jumper.
The only problem I have with John Cena in the movies is you can't see him. Where's where's your sound effect?
Oh, sorry.
The only problem with John Cena is you can't see him. We're here all week long. All week we are here. Do not,
Okay,
do
let me
not
tell you what
cancel
I
us,
watched
please.
so we can let these people get on with their lives.
What did you watch?
I binge watched over the course of 10 hours approximately the Ultimatum South Africa edition. I've learned that there's other editions of Ultimatum,
Okay.
which maybe. But the Ultimatum South Africa edition, these people in South Africa
Mm-hmm.
switch couples, and you either take someone else's man home or you go back to your man and take them home.
Yuck.
Anyway, it was full of drama. It was full of drama.
Were the whites there? Were the whites?
There was
white?
one couple of whites. There was how would we say
White.
equity hires. And it's so funny because I recommended it to Jay, Janelle, and there's one part where one girl starts body shaming another girl, and Janelle's like, how does she not mollywop her? Like, how does she not mop the floor with her wig? And I laughed so hard. I was like,
I was thinking.
I said, yeah, she just scared her. Like, but you know what I saw? I saw a very insecure person.
I was thinking that show would be more violent. But it wasn't it wasn't it wasn't Nigeria. It was South Africa.
It was South
or
Africa.
Ghana. It was South Africa.
Yeah, it was South Africa. Yes. So anyway, I would watch it in Nigeria, to be honest with you.
That's what I want to see.
But I think that one guy, Isaac, was Nigerian. He seemed Nigerian, to be honest. What does that mean? I don't know. But he seems Nigerian.
Oh, okay.
You know which one?
The beardo. Yeah.
Yeah. Who was like, oh, my girl cheated on me. Meanwhile, the whole time, you wouldn't let her be any. Anyway, you guys, I'd watch it if you want something to like put your brain on pause. I recommend it. What have you been listening to?
My ears have been ringing. I've been listening to actually I've been listening to a couple podcasts. I'm into giggles. I'm into
The podcast is called Giggles?
it's called
Shits
and
and
Giggles.
Giggles.
So
Shiznits and Giggles.
yeah, so that one I started listening to it, and it was really 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 good. But in my ears, I went back to Jonathan McReynolds. He has a live concert out of Atlanta. He has 2 new songs, but he goes back through all the old ones. And so it is really good. My favorite part of the show is when he starts playing his guitar and just making up things as he goes along. So he's like, oh, please get my assistant some donuts from this place because she loves them, and I'm tired of hearing her talk about it. So somebody please get it. He goes, they can't be that good, y'all. They can't be that good. And everybody's laughing.
That's
I was
hilarious.
I said,
he's funny consistently though.
Yeah, he even talks about how he won a bunch of Stellar Awards. He won a Grammy, and he got a very healthy beef with Kev on stage, and he mentions it because they had like a whole set with him. So
yeah, that was hilarious.
Yeah, it was very funny, and everybody do it. So I was like, you know what? When I do a show, I'm gonna crack some jokes like that.
Yeah.
What are you listening to?
On the podcast tip, I'm listening to a YouTuber called Tisa Tells. Shout out to Tisa. Tisa be having all the information. And she acts as my body double. So right now, if I need to like do something that's gonna take time, or do something that, how do I say, like I need to distract myself from while I'm doing it, which seems like a strange thing, but if you've got the letters, the A's and the D's, then you will understand what I mean by body doubling. So I definitely put her on to be that friend that's in the room yippity yapping to me. So if you like gossip, if you like music industry, movie industry, and royals, that's kind of the stuff that she does. If you're into the Diddy stuff, if you're into the Drake stuff, if you like the behind the scenes, she is going to get it for you. And she gathers the stuff from the other podcasters and stuff too. So it's kind of a one stop shop for me. Also, what I've been listening to is Angelique Kijo,
Mm.
who is a Congolese singer, songstress. And I've been listening. There's another guy I've been listening to, but I've been listening to Makusa Funk. If you guys know that as a genre, if you don't know it as a genre, check it out. It's funk, but the way that they did it in Central Africa. So it's like, yeah, it's Congolese. Yeah, it's very cool. So that's what I've been listening to.
Okay.
Yeah. Makusa Funk
Makusa Funk.
and Angelique Kijo.
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
All right. Looks like we come to the part of the show we like to call
The
the word.
word. Is it my turn?
Yep. Excuse me. Sorry.
God bless you. You guys, today the word I have today is about, we talk a lot about taking care of people, so of oneself. But I think today it's going to be about taking care of and outreaching and helping the people in your community. I think that there's people going through a lot of stuff around us, and if we can even reach out, even if it's our friends, our closest friends, and do something that we can afford to do, whether it's in time, whether it's in effort, whether it's finances, to help them out in one way or another. And keep in mind that we're always talking about take care of yourself first, for sure, but keep in mind sometimes it's the people who are closest to you who are going through very extreme and dramatic things, and sometimes doing very simple things. I think nowadays we don't think about things like dropping off food. We don't think about things like just the small things that you can do for people to like make their time a little bit easier for them. So I want to gently encourage everybody. I know we're all going through our own things, but also we're able to help ourselves through helping community. So yeah, that's what my encouragement is. My word.
That's a good one. That is a good one. I know
Yeah.
about that one, and I echo that sentiment as well.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
All right, everybody. Thank you for tuning in once again. Every week, you come back.
You do. When we thank you for that. Thank you.
We thank you. Please share, subscribe, do all the things. We're trying to get to 1,000 YouTube viewers. So if you're watching this on Facebook, which you probably are, head over onto YouTube, hit the like, hit the subscribe, and we will see you again next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. Good night, everybody.
Good night. I think next week we're going to try a podcast from Multiverse Black.
Yeah, we'll talk about that off air. Good night.